These old mamas.
Them old mamas. Them old mamas. Them old mamas.
These old mamas.
Them old mamas. Them old mamas.
old mamas.
Mama!
And we are back. Peace, folk. Welcome back to another edition of the Proper Thought series right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why your black asses are here. Tonight, very special guest coming on tonight. I like this dude. This dude is funny as hell. Y'all got to go and subscribe to this brother's channel. And I saw you in the chat, brother Dirty Folks. Check your email, man. I did sing the link, my brother. So go ahead, check your email, my brother. Like y'all see on the banner to your left, brother Dirty Folks is in the house. But y'all know before we start the stream, I always start off by thanking you good folks for your likes, your shares, your views, your subs, and of course your hard-earned pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and 50-cent pieces. Because I realize you don't have to do it, man. You don't have to show up to these goddamn streams. You don't have to watch these videos. You don't have to sub to this channel. And you definitely don't have to drop your hard-earned coins on this platform. But you good folks choose to do so, man. Week after week, you are here when you can be anywhere. And I don't take you good folks lightly, man. I never have and I never will. You got my word on that. I'm humbled. I'm honored. I'm appreciative. But most importantly, man, I'm thankful for all you good folks, all right? That goes for the good folks who hang out there and the good folks who hang out up in here. All right? All right. So let's get at it. Y'all know we usually start the show off with an old mama of the day. But I don't think we got to do it tonight because we got a brother here who will compensate for it. So I will save that one for the next time we get down. All right? All right. So without further delay, let me bring in my folk, the one and only Dirty Folk Podcast is here. What's good with it, brother?
What's going on, man? Appreciate the invite, man. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah. I caught you on Japs the other night, and I said I got to get this dude on my stream, man. I got to get him on, man, because I know Jap is doing his series. You know, the worst mothers ever. He's doing his series, and over here on T.P.O.T, that's kind of like a mainstay over here. I mean, we got a whole series of old mamas, and it's gotten so bad that every night we do something called the old mama of the day.
Man,
And what we
old mamas, man. Don't,
ah
don't stop on my account. I
we do something called the old mama of the day, and at the start of the stream we show you a mama who done killed the kids, poisoned the kids, shot the kids, abandoned the kids, gave the kids dope. I mean, and we've been doing that for months, and I've never repeated a story ever.
6 million stories, man. 6 million.
Yes. But I was like I said, I had caught you on Brother Japs. And if you want, go ahead and tell the folks, you know, who you are, what you do, and put your channel in the chat as well, because I went ahead and rinsed you up. So go ahead and spam your channel so people can go down there and check you out. Y'all go down there and subscribe. I already have. So get on down there and check out the Dirty Folks podcast, man.
Shout out.
I think y'all enjoy it.
Appreciate that, man. It's gratitude, man. You the real MVP. Dirty Folks is the name of my channel. Dirty Folks Daycare. Basically, all I do is I try to show men how to be men. A lot of it comes down to deprogramming. I'm not going to disrespect your panel, but like in my particular belief system is there's no such thing as black man. You either black or you a man, but you can't be both.
Mm.
So because blacks are for women, gays, and felons, that's who gets the money. That's who they march for. There is no outlet for heterosexual, tawny, and swarthy men. So we try to create that for men over there.
Okay. Okay. Well, tonight I wanted to get into, because this is one of the Ole MaMa series, by the way, and I wanted to get into some of these things because I saw Jap do a story the other night, right? And I did that same story. This 40-year-old woman in Texas who left the kids abandoned, handcuffed in the house in a utility room. The two twins, they escaped. But there's a lot more to that story because I covered it too. These children hadn't eaten in weeks. They were forced to drink pine cleaning bleach, their own urine, and eat their own feces. Not only that, this woman got into some trouble with this a decade ago. A child was in school, and when the child showed up in school, the child showed up with burns all over their body, burns on their private parts, webs. And they took the child from the school. When they showed up to this mother's house, they came there, they found another child that was beaten, abused, and burned. And they found a 20-month-old infant wrapped up in clothing with its hands bound. Yeah, this woman's a real winner. Real winner. And I think the problem with these things is that 10 years later, she still has the kids. She still has them. After all of that, she still has them. And once she get her ass out of jail, guess what? She'll be able to get them right back. Now, they will give the kids back to someone who's burnt them, beat them, abused them, made them eat their own excrement, but they won't give the kids to the father. The father got to jump through all types of flaming hoops and do daredevil acrobatics to get access to the kid, but she can damn near kill him and still get him back. I've seen a lot of this stuff in my lifetime. I mean, I have people in my family who were delinquent, deplorable mothers, people that I've known in my life, delinquent, deplorable mothers, people that I knew had mothers. I had a friend who, his mother, I mean, she got rid of him when he was like, I don't know, I guess 4 or 5. She smoked crack and got high all the way up until she was like in her 50s. And even in her 50s, while she was still getting high and all that kind of shit, she never tried to make amends or apologize or anything for how she treated them. I mean, oh damn, I froze, didn't I? I've been having some problems with my camera, y'all. I don't know what the hell is going on. I might have to work on it in the old room because I can see that I'm just like in the same pose. And it always freezes in the dumbest of poses. Y'all ever notice that? When your camera freezes, it freezes in the dumbest of poses. Let me see if I can work on it back here. But yeah, man, I mean, I've seen this stuff, man, so many times. And the reason why I talk about it a lot is because I saw much of it when I was a kid. Friends that I knew, I would see them with the webs and the belt buckle marks and the burns and all that kind of stuff. And when we were little, we used to laugh at that shit, man. Like, you got your ass whooped last night, you know? And eventually, my family, we moved away from that part of town. And a lot of those kids, man, I never saw again. I never saw them in school. I never saw them around. And I always wondered what happened to them. I always wondered, did their mothers eventually end up killing them or, you know, something like that. So I think it's me trying to make amends for my own damn guilt, for not telling my parents, for not telling the police, for not telling a teacher, telling somebody, you know, because back then you just, I don't know, you didn't say anything. You didn't tell anybody. You didn't say anything to a teacher or tell the police or tell your own parents what you saw. And I think it's me trying to make amends for that. Trying to fix my own damn guilt for being so stupid and not telling somebody, and laughing at it like, it was funny, because that's something that we did. I would like to think that it's different now. But from all the stories that I've done over the course of the past, I don't know. Because I've been talking about this kind of stuff, man, since 2016. Those of you who've been following me all these years, y'all know I've been talking about this forever. All right. For the past 6-7 years. I mean, we've always spoken about this. I've spoken about this ad nauseum. I know people are tired of hearing it by now, but I haven't gotten tired of speaking about it. I was listening to you talk to Jap the other night, and you had somewhat of a story to tell. If you don't mind, you can go ahead and, tell it to the folks here, because they may not have heard it.
To be honest with you, bro, I don't even know what Toddler Tale I told, bro. I got a million of them. But I will say this, bro. There's no reason for you to feel guilty, man. First of all, kids are cruel. So when you fall off your bike, people laugh and you hurt. That was age appropriate. Second of all, as a child, you think as a child, man. Like, I had a friend of mine who reached out to me on Facebook, maybe 4 or 5 years, about 4 years ago. We were childhood friends, right? I used to beat him up every summer. Every summer. I would beat his ass every summer. Never had beef with him. His sister was reckless, because these toddlers are professional fight promoters. So his sister would kick off stuff, then run in the house and tell her mom, and her mom would make him come outside and fight the boys. So every fight we ever had was over his sister. He reached out to me about 4 years ago. Was like, man, I apologize. We never had beef. We always was good. Like G.I. Joes. That's how long we've been friends. And every fight was over his sister. And every fight was instigated by his mother. Right? When you are a child, especially when you raised around um dysfunctional people, you think dysfunction is the norm, and you think that normal is something wrong with them, like they strange. You feel what I'm saying? You're taught that if you're the captain of the football team, or you sell drugs, or you're a comedian, the class clown, you can get sex. But if you're the head of the debate team, or the president of the student body, there's no reward system for you to be functional. That is socialized behavior. So you shouldn't feel guilty about being socialized, bro. You just became a man, bro. And shout out to you for that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And see, I've seen so much of it throughout the course of my life. I mean, I can't say I've seen it recently, in the recent days. Well, I guess I can, because I've been in places. You know how you're out and about, and you through town, or you go through your old hometown, or you go somewhere, where one of your people live at, and you see kids running up and down the street, and they got on holy sneakers and nappy heads and crusty faces, and they like a whole block and a half from their house. You know that these are not the kids that the parents are helping them with their homework, or teaching them how to, read, write, count, or colors. I mean, you know when you see them, right? Because as you ride down the road, you can hear their mother yelling for them a block away. And they're like 5. They're like 6. I mean, me and my wife, man, we have driven down the road. And let me tell you something. My wife will grab me, put her hand in my chest, because she sees a kid that looks like he's no more than 2 or 3 just kind of walking down the side of the road. and maybe a 5-year-old with them and a 9-year-old watching both of them. I mean, you see that kind of stuff when you out and about, and you know that these are the children that are probably the children that are getting abused, neglected, because they're being neglected anyway, right? I mean, you got a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and an 8-year-old outside, and there's not an adult in sight. All right. I mean, when I was growing up, you could be outside like that, but you would be in your yard. You wouldn't be up and down the road. You wouldn't be walking in the middle of the street. I mean, it's 2022. I don't think it's cool to see any little kid, 2, 4, 6, just kind of just walking down the road by themselves, you know, just, just traveling along, like you would see maybe a teenager, you know? And like I said, that these are the kids, man, that are probably getting abused. These are the kids that are probably getting beat. These are the kids that, you know, no one's focusing on their education or, how they develop or their rearing or their raising. I mean, they're not, because they're not even focusing on these children's safety, obviously.
Generally speaking, and excuse me if I sound funny, I got an abscess. But generally speaking, my dad told me this a long time ago. I had to be about 18, 19. Just random, out the blue. He said, women only love infants, not children. And ever since then, I've seen it everywhere, right? Normally, kids that's neglected get abused, but they don't get abused all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Neglected children get abused when the mother is embarrassed, right? So you neglect the child doesn't do their homework, child gets straight F's. You whip the child in front of the teacher like it's the child's fault. So the abuse comes from a place of emotion, not logic, right? So they'll be confused and they'll have rage, and eventually they'll become shooters. That's cool. That's what single mothers raise: killers, cowards, and gays. So eventually he'll be a shooter. Kids that are really abused don't come outside. They really introverted. The kids who,
Mm.
like the ones that's really getting beat every day, getting handcuffed, all that, they don't come outside. Um, the ones that stay outside, they being neglected and they only get abused when their mom is embarrassed. Um, but they still get abused, but it's not consistent beating. It's confusing beating. Like, I don't know why you hitting me and I'm doing what I did yesterday. But it is what it is. Um, to answer my man in the chat, the abacus is from a daycare center, bro. I have a theory in life, and this is a theory that helps me live. That y'all call them women, but women don't call themselves women. They're just toddlers. They have the emotional maturity of 4-year olds, and they never call themselves women. They say I'm grown. They just leave out the toddler. They're a grown size toddler. So I'm taking back the rainbow from the LGBT, and I'm taking back crayons and abacus and everything else, because it keeps me reminded that women will do something 2 times a day that you'll kill another man for, but you don't because it's a girl, which means you treat her like a child. So if you treat her like a child as a man, you have to train your toddler. So, that's the theme of my channel, teaching men how to train their toddlers into being functional. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the background's about. But yeah, back to what you were saying though, bro. I've seen those kids. Um, Here's the thing with that. Women want men to step up, quote unquote, without correcting them. But they don't want you to prevent, because 90% of protection is prevention, right?
Mm-hmm.
So true story, all this happened on one day. All this happened on one day in a 15-minute time span. I'm on the block hollering at my guys. There's a boy, he can't be no more than 9 years old. He's trying to ride a bike with one training wheel on it, because I guess that's the way he leans. That's fine. But he can ride, but he can't start the bike. Like if the bike is moving, he can pedal, he can guide it, but he can't get that first kick to start the bike. Right? I see the boy. I love the kids. I go over there and I'm teaching the boy how to kickstart himself. Like keep the pedal high. Don't try to kick it from low, because he was doing from the low position. I'm like, yo, keep the pedal high so you can get the momentum. Push yourself. I'm showing him how to ride a bike. All the guys around me are yelling, Yo, 30, you better chill. His mama gonna come out here and cuss everybody out. I said, for helping him ride a bike? Yeah, she don't let nobody talk to her son. She don't let nobody deal with the son. Word. All right. I'm like, yo, fuck Shorty. I ain't scared of no girl. Why she got all of y'all intimidated over doing the right thing? So while I'm arguing with them arguing with me about helping the little boy ride a bike, like I did something wrong. Here's this teenage boy walking fast up the block. Never seen him before, never seen him since. He turned the corner walking fast, like speed walking. He about 3, 4 houses down the block. Here comes this girl running behind him, running, yelling, cursing. She's so loud that the old lady started coming outside and sitting on the porch. She ran behind him, karate kicked him in the back, tried to choke him. He elbowing, like, get away from me, leave me alone. He's totally trying to get away from the situation. She's slapping him in the back of the head. Everybody like, ooh, like he's steady walking. He gets to the corner. When he gets to the corner, she do something. He turn around and just clock her. All the old ladies, every old lady on their porch grabbed the phone. I'm calling the police. I can't believe he hit a woman. I'm cussing out the old ladies like, you saw this girl beat this boy all the way up the block. He finally get her out the way, and y'all want to call the police on him? I say that to say that the terrorism that you see is socialized. It's men's. That's why I say about and I'm not making this about Kanye, but that's why I told people. I said, man, y'all can't be mad at him for fighting a group of men when y'all scared of women, and you know what I'm saying. Y'all scared of the women in your community. Until you could be the girl, don't worry about man fighting a man. And that's every time y'all self check somebody. Every time y'all say, yo, you can't do that, man, or you can't depend on support from a black woman. Um, if you say XYZ, if you tell the truth, right? You tell the truth, girls won't support you. They're the number one consumers. I'm like, I don't care about that because I sell men products. Man, you go to human resources, you go for a job. People know if you're a heterosexual black man, if Keisha's in human resources, she's not gonna hire you. She's gonna hire gays. She's gonna hire women. She's gonna hire Mexicans. She's not gonna hire a heterosexual black man, which is why I hate going to Home Depot. Why is 17 girls working at Home Depot and can't nobody cut lumber? Every opportunity they get to not have help you feed your family or control your family, they telling you that they really are about that chaos. This is a normalized thing. It is to the point. This is how normalized it is. This is how dysfunctional they are. That if somebody does something dysfunctional, if they're white, Jewish, Mexican, whatever, if it's dysfunctional, you'll say they're quote unquote acting black.
Mm.
So you have to understand when you socialize to that extent, the socialization has to come from who leads the community. And blacks are the only ones under a matriarchy, so women lead the community, which means women are inherently dysfunctional for the culture to be dysfunctional. So you can't worry about that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say black is for women, gays, and felons. Because if you go to work every day and your credit eye and you pay your bills on time and you know what I'm saying, you're responsible sexually, because most black men don't even have kids. You know what I'm saying? You're responsible. You live your life the right way. There's no reward for that with the colors. There's no reward for that. So, you know, that's why I do what I do.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, man, with pretty much everything you said. And shout out to brother Joseph Wooden with the 9.99 super chat. He said, "Train your toddler." I
Yeah.
appreciate that, brother Joseph. You know, when you drop coins on this platform, you get this, my brother. Once I find it, goddamn, and having technical difficulties around here, y'all. It's been crazy the last few streams. I appreciate you dropping your hard-earned coins on this platform. I appreciate that, brother Joseph. That 9.99 super chat. I'd have to agree with you, man, because especially when you talk about women loving infants and not toddlers. Um, I also think they love being pregnant, right? Um, the attention, right? Oh my God, you're pregnant. Oh my God, you're about to have a baby. The baby shower, because that's probably when they get the most attention out of their lives, right? Everybody moves out the way. Everybody say they're glowing. Everybody wants to know about the baby. They're like I don't know, I guess a quasi a celebrity amongst the people that not only the people they know, but people who just see them. They're waddling through, with the big belly, and people are like, "Ooh, she's pregnant," and then she has this big old baby shower, and she's just filled with a plethora of gifts and good tidings and money, and then wah, she have the baby, and it's I guess most of them have some degree of an attachment to the baby until the baby gains some degree of independence. Starts
No,
to walk,
no,
starts to talk.
no, they don't.
No.
No, you had it right the first time. They like being pregnant. They don't like the child. They like the wedding. They hate the marriage. It's just the nature of what they want. They like the celebration of achievement, but they don't like the residuals of what they achieved. That's just the nature. They want the job, then they hang in the break room for 4 hours out of 8 and ask to go home an hour early.
Yeah,
They like
yeah,
they just like attention, man. They just like attention. See it like this. The reason that you know that they don't love their infants, and I'm not saying all, there's some women who love kids. Most don't, but there are some that do. Those will be the neighborhood moms. You know those two moms in your neighborhood that everybody call mama? They love kids. Everybody else, mm, this is how you prove it. Women fight to be able to reduce maternity leave from 6 weeks. Think about this. It used to be you couldn't take your kid to daycare unless your kid was potty trained. They fought to not be able to have to teach the kid shit in order to send the kid at 6 weeks to a stranger, which has more bonding time with their child than they do, so they can go to work or date or whatever they do. Because a lot of times they only have to have a job. They'll still drop that kid off at 6 in the morning and don't get back to 6 at night. You can tell because once your kid knows how to walk, especially when it gets towards 2 years old, they call them terrible twos and see them terrible the rest of their life. You, the strange thing about a woman, and this is where men, because all this is men's fault, by the way. Women only do what men allow. So all this is y'all fault, guys. So only you can change it. You can fix it. Y'all be like, girls ain't accountable. No, they not. Train your talk.
train your toddler. I'm stealing that, man.
But with that being said, the reason that kids are okay when they have a dad is because dad takes the weight that mom would know. Because she has to attack somebody if she's. You guys ask women what they bring to the table. They don't have an answer. The answers are always something like hugs. I don't give a fuck about your hugs. It's never anything tangible. And then what is something tangible is something that men bring to the table, right? They don't even have any feminine wiles to know what women bring to a table. But that's your fault because you're supposed to tell her what to bring, not ask her what she got. She ain't got shit. With clothes on, she ain't got shit. You ask women to be accountable, they're not gonna be accountable. As a matter of fact, these women won't they'll let anybody be around their kids except the biological father. They'll fight that man tooth and nail. You had the example of the crackhead in their 50s. I know a girl who lost her kid to the system. Her mama was a crackhead. The system don't check the foster parents. Let her mama
Mm-mm.
be the foster parent.
Yeah,
So so now a cokehead mama gave a crackhead grandma the baby as some type of like uh volcano sacrifice because she's trying to bond with her mother because her mother wasn't never there. Because her mama was smoking crack. Right? Who they fight? Biological father. Who they get
yeah,
a baby to? DCFS, child care services, anybody who say they babysit. They don't even check to see if the people that say they babysit at home got a babysitting certificate. They be like, oh, you babysit, I'll bring my baby up. You don't even know this lady.
yeah,
You know the nigga you fuck raw, won't let him see his kids. Stepdads, you know what I'm saying? Pedos, abusers, alcohol, whatever they deal with, whatever dude they deal with her, let that man around that motherfucker, have him call him daddy and uncle and all type of shit. Biological dad, not so much.
Yeah. The dude who wants to be in the child's life, who's the child's father, she'll keep the baby from him, but this Negro that she's screwing around get to see this kid every single day. Every single day.
You know how I make girls get abortions? Not to cut
It's
you off.
crazy.
You know how I make girls get abortions? I got,
How?
especially black girls. I got black girls figured out. They're like, I'm pregnant. I'm like, all right, I'll wait a day. I'm like, yo, I think the baby should have my last name. By Wednesday, she's like, I got rid of the baby. Just if you tell her I don't want it, she gonna have that baby and drop him off at your mama.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I want the baby to have my last name. And I was thinking of baby names. I'm about to kill this motherfucker. The thought that they have to listen to a man drives them nuts. The thought that they have to share something, because they're really selfish people by nature. Like children, like toddlers. It's not a negative thing, it's just a natural thing. It only seems crazy to you guys because you think they adults. They're not adults. Like y'all went to school with them, kindergarten through what 12th grade. You think they know what you know. They don't know shit. They are perpetual 4-year olds. So everything that they do, they act like a 4-year old. Y'all be mad about it because y'all think they grown, but they're not grown. If you see them as 4-year olds that you can have sex with, you'll be like, yo, this is what my daughter did, my son do, my nephews and nieces do. It's the exact same behavior with more attitude because they bigger.
it's it's crazy, right? Because the dudes that you see in custody court, I know because I went through it, with my kids. Uh, the dudes that you see in child support court are actually the men who actually, most of them are the men who actually want to be in the children's lives. The dudes that got 25 baby mamas, you never see him in child support court. You don't see him there. I mean, they're not there. The dude, and this is the crazy thing, right? If you somebody who really wants to be around your kid, I mean, my kids are grown now. I mean, my youngest kid is 24, but I went through all of this crap 20 years ago. And you try to do what's right. You want to be around your kids. You're going for custody. You're paying child support. You're doing all this kind of stuff, right? The stuff that they say you're supposed to do. She will do everything in her freaking power to fight you on that, to keep you from that kid. But the dude who got 10 baby mamas and don't even come around, she practically chasing him with the baby, talking about, oh, when you coming to see your daughter? Like, it's weird. I mean, it's all upside down. It's bizarro land. It's just nuts, man. And
You know what? Those
go
guys,
ahead.
because they probably married. My boy got a joke all the time. I'll be like, yo, I told him the same thing I told you. Like, yo, I tell him I want the baby to have my last name and get a abortion. He was like, yeah, they only had a baby if you married. And it's hilarious because it's true. Pop up married, they want a baby just to destroy your happiness. You got to understand that intrinsically, they don't want to see you be happy. They don't want to see you be functional. I'm about to tell y'all something, man. I'm about to give y'all men in the chat some real game. It's called Zero Theory. Sub to my channel, man. I talk about Zero Theory all the time, but I'm gonna share with y'all. This is what Zero Theory is.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and sub to the Dirty Folks podcast. Don't make me tell you again, Negroes. Go ahead, sub to his channel. Go ahead, man. Put your channel in the chat. Like I said, I rinsed you up so they can go ahead and they can hit your channel and all that kind of stuff, man. Go ahead and put the info in there. But go ahead. My bad. You got it.
Nah, as soon as I tell y'all about Zero Theory, y'all will be all right. Now I put it in there. Every woman gonna leave, no matter what her culture is. Women will leave you. It's a natural occurrence, right? Because every girl has a time limit that she can be with a man, and y'all know this. Y'all just never recognized it. When y'all talk to girls, they'll tell you what her relationship time limit is. She'll tell you she's been in 20 micro relationships of 3 to 6 months. She'll tell you if every relationship is 3 years. She'll tell you if she's been in 3 7-year relationships. She'll tell you what her cap is on the time she can spend with a man before she moves on. That's fine. It's cool. Every girl will leave. The difference between black women and every other woman is every other woman will leave you with half of your stuff. Black woman wants you to have zero so she can say she can do bad by herself. So this is how that works. If you have $1 when you meet her, she's gonna try to milk you for 80 cents. If you tell her no, she'll try to go to court and hit you with 95, make you lose your job, pay you back in your money, whatever the case, to have you at zero so she can say she can do bad by herself. If you already -5 cent, you already fucked up. Your grandmama kicked you out, you live in couch to couch, friend to friend house, she'll give you a dime. So now you went from -5 cent to +5 cent. Let you drive a car, drop off at work while you fill out job applications. You finally got a stable address, all that. Because you're a man and men see love as duty and men see loyalty as the exchange of energy, you'll think this your girl. You'll think, man, she was with me when I ain't had shit, when I had less than nothing. I'm gonna make it. So we be all right. This my girl. We gonna be all right. Go out, find a bullshit job. Can't get a job till you got a job. Now you got a better job. Work for the city or, you know what I'm saying, Comcast or something, making $30 an hour. Decide you're gonna marry her. Cause now you straight. You went from -5, you done built yourself up to like 60 cent. You on your way to that dollar though, my G. Decide to marry her, put a mortgage down, with 80 cent, you knock her up, you happy, like, yo, this is my wife. I just had she pregnant. We about to be a family. Nigga, I swear to God, before her legs come out that stirrups at the delivery room, she filing for divorce, taking the house, fucking up the car, might even call your job, get you fired. So you go be right back on them couches where she found you at. So she could say she could do bad by herself. And when people see you, you doing bad. So she gonna think, everybody gonna think, yeah, she doing bad. No, you was doing straight them 3, 4 years. You was together with her because you had motivation to be great. But when you fuck with these toddlers, man, they need to see you at zero. You have to understand that people want you where they meet you at, right? So they have to see you as nothing because the whole thing is these toddlers just want to be second worst, but they want you to be the worst. And if you're not the worst, they try to shame you. They call you gay. If you could read, they say you acting white. If you're articulate, they say you talking white. You know what I'm saying? If you pursue a goal as a man and say, man, I can do this with no assistance, they call you bougie. Everything that will make you a great person to any other culture makes you a pariah in black culture. That's why I'm telling my mans, don't be mad, don't feel bad about the shit that happens to them little motherfuckers, cause that's part of the culture. The culture is a culture to destroy men, then tell men to fight whitey. Let me tell y'all something, man. Racism, damn, that don't even exist no more. It's just families now. This is real shit. 95% of the shit that y'all blame on white supremacy is really black women. Y'all mad at police being in your community? I bet your community got a bunch of single moms. Mad at police coming in your house? I bet your girl called them. Your money fucked up? I bet you, man, when you had the opportunity to get that bread, some girl fucked it up. Who set up your fights? These chicks are professional fight promoters. They don't care who they get killed. They ain't completing so one nigga dead, another in jail, and she sucking the third dude before you arraignment in his funeral. They do this all this, and they don't care who the dude is. It could be their husband, it could be their brother, their dad, the police. They promoting the fight because they can't be wrong. And if they feel like they wrong, they're not gonna admit they wrong and learn a lesson. They're gonna get you beat up or possibly killed. They're just not good people. They're just not good people. This is not
Yeah,
all. But I'm telling y'all, don't be looking for that needle in the haystack. It's better to think that everybody bogus and be proven wrong than thinking it's a needle in a haystack and you steady getting stung.
yeah. I have to agree with you there, man, because I mean, we know that. I mean, especially when you're talking about brothers. I mean, 9 times out of 10, man, when a brother find himself dead, a woman is somewhere in the center of it, to the left of it, to the right of it, around it, something. Um, we did a stream a while back. Maybe y'all remember it. It was called "Killing and Dying for Love," and I did, I think 5 or 6 stories of brothers who were either killed for love or they killed someone else over love. And some of these stories, man, were just ridiculous, man. It was a story of a security guard who wouldn't let a lady in the store because she had a mask on. She left, came back with two dudes. They murdered the guy, shot him in the back of the head, a security guard. There was another story about Adrian Payne, the basketball player. He went to one of his girlfriend's friend's house to because she wanted to intervene between her friend and her man's fight. He goes there with her. He ends up killed by the boyfriend, and he had nothing to do with it. I mean, I did a couple stories, man. I talked about the brother in Brooklyn who went into the store, man, and got jugged up by the Latino guy because he ran into the store, I guess, putting on a show for this girl. She couldn't pay for something her and her daughter had. She left out the store, came back with this guy. He comes back. He knocks the old man. He runs behind the counter, knocks the old man down. The old man gets up, grabs a knife, and jugs him to death in the store. I mean, the stories go on and on and on. So a lot of brothers find themselves either dead or in prison because they've either died over some BS that has something to do with the woman or killed over some BS that had something to do with the woman. And 2 days later, man, she's at the next Negro's house. Yeah, she's at the next Negro's house. All right. It ain't like she laying in her bed crying with a bottle of scotch. All right. She's crying while she got someone else's joint in her hand. She might be crying, with someone else's penis in her hand. But it's not like she's just crying over you over a bottle of scotch somewhere, man, when these things happen to you, brother. So, I mean, this is all truth that y'all hearing, all right, from this brother to my right here. It's crazy. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think, because I've often said this, when we talking about kids being neglected and abused, do you think that oftentimes these women are taking out the frustrations that they have with the kids' fathers on the children? Do you think that has something to do with it? Because I've said that many, many times.
No.
You don't?
There is a piece of that to it. I'm not saying no, like it doesn't happen, but okay, let me rephrase that. Not no. It's not just that. There was a study about, it had to be in the early 90s, man. I was a kid, that was showing little girls how they socialize, how they play with dolls. And they were looking at the girls who were beating dolls and saying they must be being abused at home because their mother is beating them, right? Because that's not how you normalize an infant, beating them up, right? The same reason women beat children is the same reason that young boys shoot in the street. It's the Stockholm syndrome of, I want to get my lick back, but I can't hit my mother. Or I want to get my lick back, but I can't beat my boyfriend. Or he left, or whatever the case may be. To a point that their inability, and this is teenage boys and toddlers of all ages. It's the inability to control your feelings, to have some type of emotional control, and you lash out of frustration or out of just straight bullying. So because here's the thing, I know a lot of girls are single mothers that do son husband stuff. They treat their son like their husband. They don't abuse the boy because the dad, you know what I mean? So it has less to do with the man and more to do with, generally speaking, toddlers don't have the ability to love.
Hmm.
They reflect, project, or weaponize men's love. Men's love is eternal. Men's love. Women really don't love like that. They like
Hmm.
helpless things. That's why they like infants, and they like you when you 5 cents short. But that's why they leave you when you got 80 cents, and that's why they hate their kids once they turn terrible twos. They really like defenseless things because they know that they're not really as good at anything as anybody. They're not as smart as their children. 70% of America isn't as smart as a fifth grader. You 10 years old in fifth grade. 70% of America is not as smart as a 10-year-old. So they can't help their kid with their homework. They're not smarter than their kid. They feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? They're frustrated about being mama and daddy, which is weird because you know where the daddy at, nigga. You know they daddy. You see all these things, and it really comes from a place of selfishness. And love ain't selfish. Think about. Let me repeat that because I don't think y'all understand
True.
what I said. Women are selfish by nature. Love is not selfish. When if you got a dollar, when you get a dollar, you want a girl. When a girl get a dollar, she don't need no man. If a girl really only wants $40. They all $40 chicks. The amount that they give you is only $40 more than whatever their bills are, just so they could be $40 in the black. Think about it.
Mm.
They'll tell you how much their bills are. Nah, I need motherfucker pay my bills. So you got a job. You want somebody else to pay your bills so you can save all your bread and blow it on bullshit to be at the same $40. You could have been barefoot, pregnant, and illiterate, and I just gave you $40. They really $40 people, yo. No cap. And I'm not even. This ain't even shade. This ain't even like no man, no woman hates. This is just general observation. Like, look around y'all. You know what I'm saying? So you got people who really don't feel because girls hate themselves. You know what I'm saying? To be a girl sucks. To be a girl is horrible. It's a horrible existence when you don't want to be a girl. You feel what I'm saying? Black women are the most masculine, vaginal men on earth. They're hypersexualized because they believe men are hypersexualized. Everything they do, they compare it to a man, right? Man, I bust down these dudes. I cheat because men cheat. Men don't cheat like that. Man, I do this because men do it. I got my own money. I don't need a man. So you only see men as earners. I beat my kids because the daddy ain't here. So you think that all men are abusers. And men rarely beat
Mm.
their kids. Men
Yeah.
will put you on timeout, take your allowance, give you extra chores. You know what I'm saying? Make you put you on punishment for the weekend. Corporal punishment is like a last resort for most men.
Oh
But
yeah. Well, it's a statistical fact that women beat kids more than men do, for the simple fact that more women are responsible for the children than men. So by the numbers, they're beating the kids more by the numbers. So, but you got it. Go ahead.
even generally speaking, most most times that men discipline a child, who sent them? The professional fight promoters, right? You at work. You at work. You come home, George, you better go get that boy. That boy did such a thing, better whip his ass. She sent that man to abuse that child. That man ain't had no beef with that child. All he's saying is he's enforcing the fact that you should listen to your mother or your grandmother, whoever. The Shannon
Hmm.
Sharp story. Shannon Sharp's story is a weird story. Shannon Sharp grew up in somewhere in the country of Georgia, but he from Chicago. Both of his parents lived in Chicago. His mother stole him, moved down to Georgia with her parents, was on drugs. They kick her out, keep Shannon in Sterling. Their father fought for them for 3 years, and the courts wouldn't give his sons back to him. So Shannon ended up being, eventually dad washed his hands and moved on, like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And Shannon was raised by his grandparents. And he loves his grandparents, no matter how much poverty they lived in. And he did all right for himself. Football took him where he wanted to go.
Hmm.
But he glosses over, man, my mother was on drugs and my dad fought for me. Everything's about, man, my grandma raised me and my granddad told me stuff, but when it was time to get that ass whooping, grandma tell granddad to whip our ass. Like, all right. So, because women see men as disciplinarians, corporal punishment, right? They think their role is to be nurturers and lovers and spoilers, and they think men bring structure. Men do bring structure, but structure ain't corporal punishment. That's not the first part of structure. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, first part of structure is a lecture you don't feel like listening to. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Yeah. Structure isn't getting cracked across the head with the mop handle. That's not structure. That's not structure being grabbed by your leg and thrown down the stairs. I mean, cause man, I have told. Let me tell you something, brother. Dirty folks. I have told some horror stories. You hear me? Horror stories about kids who have had some of. I've talked about kids being shot, drowned, poisoned, thrown off of bridges, uh, thrown in lakes, kept in the trunk of cars. I mean, you name it. You name it, brother. I have talked about it here. I'm talking horror stories. And if these children who go through this stuff happen to survive, what do you think what kind of an adult is that going to be? And a kid who survived the house of horrors and becomes an adult. What kind of an adult is that going to be?
Wrong question. I know where you're getting at. Wrong question. Because it depends on outside influences, right? The correct question is, why doesn't, after they go through that trauma, why doesn't she love the child that persevered through that trauma? Unless he's a minstrel, right? Minstrel
Mm-hmm.
kingpin. Why can't he grow up to go to the army or become a police officer or become an engineer? Why doesn't he get the love that the fuck up sibling gets? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Why do they hate
Yeah.
so much? Why do they hate to see you succeed beyond adversity so much? Why do they want to take the credit for your success and want you to pay for their life? You know the crazy thing about boys? This is what's so crazy, and this is why women are perpetual toddlers. Think about what I'm about to tell you. Need y'all to clip this, share this, do whatever you got to do. I want y'all to understand this. By 8 years old, they already know if you're going to go to jail or if you're going to go to college. They build prisons based on your third grade test scores, right? By 12 years old, sons of single mothers are trying to figure out how he can buy his mother a house. So by 8 years old, your future's already set. By 12 years old, you're trying to save your mom. You got to buy mama a house. Mama, 35 years old, she ain't figured out how to buy her own house. She ain't sucked a dick to get a house. She ain't stopped complaining enough to get a house. She ain't stopped practicing because they really don't practice hypergamy. Hypergamy means you upgrade the dick. They don't upgrade the dick. They lateral dick. They just switch dicks. So it's not hypergamy. It's just horn. All the horn ain't get her a house. You 12 years old trying to figure out how to get her a house. By 16, you're already in a craft to get her a house. Whether you're trying to bounce a ball, or you're trying to sell some dope, or you're trying to sing, or you're trying to make the next phone app, or you trying to be a YouTube sensation. By 16, you're trying to get your mama a house. These chicks act like that men are childish, like they raise, like, I don't want no boyfriend. It's like raising another child. How in the fuck when your child is trying to save you? They're just horrible people, yo. The emotional maturity of 4-year-olds. They just talk. The problem is y'all listen. That's all. Y'all listen to girls with clothes on. Let's just say with clothes on, man. A girl ain't never with clothes on. A girl ain't never said anything to you in your life that made you say, "Yo, let me get a dictionary and look that up." That's not no shit. That's no shit. Listen to these goofy ass bitches.
But you're right, though. I mean, because I say that a lot too, my brother. I mean, I have said this many, many times to a lot of women in my life because I have women in my life. You know, I have a wife, I have sisters, you know, I have grown daughters. So I'm well versed in the woman BS. And I often tell them, I'm like, the difference between men and women. I said, I can put 100 of y'all women in a room and hide a microphone in there and listen in the back room. And no matter how long that mic is in there, with all 100 of y'all talking, I will not learn a fucking thing. Nothing. I would learn absolutely nothing from 100 of y'all talking. I said, but if I put 3 men in a room with that same mic and listen, I'm guaranteed to learn something that I didn't know already from those 3 men. That's the difference between men and women. And you know when you say that stuff, they oh good, but they know the shit is true, man. It's true. I haven't learned, especially in my adult years. I can't think of anything that I've learned from a woman. Nothing. I mean, nothing. What I've learned is how not to be. I learned that maybe. I've learned to avoid them at the customer service desk. You know, when I go to the distributor or the store or the bank, I've learned that. I avoid them and wait on the white lady or the Latino teller. I learned that. I mean, but other than that, I mean, I haven't learned anything from any women, man. I just haven't.
I,
So,
I'll tell you what they're good for. I'll tell you what they're good for. When I don't know what to do in life, when I'm indecisive, I ask black women. And if two or more black women say the same thing, I do the opposite. That's how I live my life. It's been working for me. Because I know whatever they say gonna be dumb. The customer service thing is a strange thing. Relationships are nothing but customer service. So think about it. If your job, if you get paid to exude customer service, that's your job.
mm-hmm,
And you can't do it right to the point that everybody knows you have horrible customer service. Everybody.
mm-hmm.
Home life is customer service. You're only in a relationship 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day. I don't care if you live with her. You're only in a relationship for 4 hours a day. Think about that. You sleep for 6 to 8 hours. You work for the 8 hours. You got to get to work, get back home. You know what I'm saying? That's most of your day, sleeping and working. The
Mm-hmm.
time you spend with them between 6 and 10 p.m., 4 hours a day. You can't manage to be nice for 4 hours a day for a nigga to pay your bills.
Oh God.
It's horrible people, yo. And they comfortable being horrible. That's the whole thing. I tell people all the time, I put in the chat, man. I put in the chat, we got a course called Marry Your Secretary, right? Because love is duty. And I want to teach guys how to vet women. That's something you never learned. That's what baby boomers never taught us. Baby boomers like happy wife, happy life. I've never heard a man say happy life, happy wife. That was happy. Ever.
Mm-mm.
They make it seem like you lucky to have a girl. I ain't lucky to have a girl. There's 7 girls for every me, and I'm special. So I'm one of the 20. They're like, oh, girls only fuck 20% of niggas. I'm one of the 20. I ain't even know that y'all niggas wasn't fucking. Me and all my niggas been fucking. I ain't know y'all existed to social media. So to tell me I'm lucky to have a girl, I'm like, girls is everywhere. Girls come to you. Girls are sexual predators. Men get the blame. Girls sexual predator. Think about it. Girls come to boys. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. Girls come to boys. Pop my cherry. Girls come to boys to play catch a girl, freak a girl. Girls teach boys how to play house and doctor. Somewhere around high school, they become highfalutin and be like, oh, boys chase girls because that's just the nature of life when you hit puberty. But prepubescent girls are freaks. You know what I'm saying? So you sitting here and you talking to people who love to be like, I never did this before. Look, what y'all chasing and what y'all catching. Y'all chasing love, but you are love. Men have the ability to love another man's child. Think about the strangeness of this. Because men are love. Men are love. Think about this. You can love two parents, four grandparents, siblings, cousins, friends that you call family because blood makes you related, but loyalty make you family. So you got dudes that you love more than you love your biological people. So you love them too. Meet a girl, love her. She got a kid, love them. Got a dog, love that. Have your own kids, love them. You got all type of love to spread around. All love is in you, and you got unlimited love. It may be conditional, but it's unlimited. You got unlimited love. Why you can't have 3 girls? You got extra love because she's selfish. She's selfish. She wants you to love her kids like your own, but wants you to treat your kids like you would treat somebody else's. She wants you to not only be attractive to other women, so she feel like she got a catch, but she wants you to be show fidelity. She wants you to be a liar and a cheater from the day you meet her. Let me repeat that. She wants you to be a liar and a cheater the day you meet her because you have to be ain't shit because she knows she ain't shit. This is how I prove it. Go to a girl right now, be like, "What's up, ma?" It's like, "You got a girlfriend?" Like, "Nah, shorty, I'm single as a dollar bill." You lying? Take my number. You called me a liar and a cheater. Because if you believe I had a girl, you still gave me your number. So they want you to be a liar and a cheater. They think the worst of you from day one.
Mm,
And these are the people that you're trying to love. Love is not required to hire, sir. She has a purpose. Girls will open their legs for they open their arms. So don't worry about that hug. Just get that pussy, dog. You want a hug, hug your man's in them.
mm.
Y'all looking for the wrong shit. Y'all looking for love because y'all have love to give. Y'all looking to be pursued like women get pursued. Y'all looking to say, man, my resume is good. Girls should holler at me. Man, I got a job. I got good credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm educated. I'm a catch. No, you're not. You have the proper equipment to be a hunter, not a catch.
Uh oh. Dirty folks dropping it on y'all tonight, man. Y'all better go down there and subscribe, Negroes. Go down there. If you want more of this, go down there and subscribe, Negroes. I know a couple people in the chat are probably familiar with Brother Dirty Folks. But those of you who are not, get on down there and subscribe. As a matter of fact, I think we can get him because we need to go ahead and get him to. Have you hit 1,000 yet, Brother Dirty Folks?
And I hit 1,000 yesterday, man. Yes,
Oh
shout out
yeah, you was on Japs. Yeah, man, you was on Japs. So I know that probably went on ahead and went through because Jap is what helped build my channel. So I know you come off of Jap, man. I know when last time I was on Jap, the day after Jap, I left Jap show. I had like 115 new subscribers, like in 24 hours. So yeah, you went on Japs, you good. But y'all go down there any goddamn way. All right, go down there, subscribe. Hear some more of the Toddler Tales. You see the Train Your Toddler courses on the screen. Toddlerology. Toddlerology.thinkific.com. Y'all heard it here.
real quick before I bounce out. I got a Tyler tale for you. Real
Good.
quick. This is how I came up with tolerology. I'm gonna tell you this real quick. I came in the game. Damn, I should have had my book right here. I wrote a book, damn near 15 years ago, uh, on one night stands, how to screw in 72. Right? Got into it with Steve Harvey. We fighting in fucking church, everything. Anyway, so the reason I wrote the book, that initial book on how to get girls, was because I had a little cousin. I was like, yo, why you be fucking girls on the same day? I'm like, yo, bro, I got a routine. My game the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's only five different types of women. Y'all gotta take the course to understand the five, but it's only five different types of women because it's only five different types of personalities. So you figure out what their personality is, and you just pick that card. Girls like, ain't no, I'm original. Ain't no original girl. They all shop off the rack. They all the same size girl. They all the same. Anyway, which is fine though. It's cool. So I wrote the book, but I wrote it from a hunter's perspective because I've been hunting my whole life since I was a teenager. Since we was going to the mall buying a bag of cookies, seeing who can get the most phone numbers. Right. But I never listened to women ever. Never listened to women. I ain't listened to my mother. Like all I heard was garbage. Oh, she said take out the garbage. There's nothing a girl's gonna say that's for me. Anytime a girl talks to something I need to do for her. So I just be blanking it out. Girls I holler at on the phone when I first meet them, I put my phone on mute. I know this story. This story gonna talk about their childhood molestation, what they want to be when they grow up, how many kids they got. I know your story. All y'all first 45 minutes of every girl I ever talked to is exactly the same, but they all think they different. Whatever. I ain't gotta listen to that. Because nothing they say before I fuck man anyway. If you wanted me to really care about your story, you gave me some pussy. So that's how I live my life, right? On my on December December of 2009, I was 29 years old. December 2009. My dad comes to me, says, I want grandkids. I said, oh, you want me to fuck raw pop? No problem, I got you. He was like, no, 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 no. I want you to get married, find a wife. You the only guy in the family since like 1880 who ain't been married. It's your turn. Get married. I was like, oh, you want me to get married? And I was like, all right, pop. First time in my life, starting January of 2010 to maybe March of 2011. I actually listened to women, like what they had to say. That shit was like needles in my brain, bro. Like I was pain and I felt bad for guys. Like y'all actually listen to women y'all whole life. Like how? How did y'all do it? I had rage. They call it red pill rage, and maybe that's what it was, but it wasn't called red pill yet. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? What the fuck is wrong with them? I was like really going through it, right? Like, cause I was like, yo, how can motherfuckers be so dumb? And I'm talking myself off the bridge, like the same thing to make you laugh, make you cry. Like you wouldn't be able to fuck them the same day if they had sense. So now that you want to cuff them, you can't be mad they don't have sense. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, all right, cool, cool. Talking to my dad some more, but now I'm listening to my dad, like, yo, why you still with my mom? Like, how did y'all I'm really interested in listening to my dad's story of how he's maintained his marriage for the amount of time that they did, which I figured out because he never at home because he drive trucks. Because I don't think they would have made it if he was there every day. But I was like, yo, this is not, it's not working for me. Right. So I said, man, it's not working for me. It's not working for anybody else. The marriage rate has gone down 10% every decade since 1960 to the point that it's projected to be 2% by 2030.
Mm.
And that's not men's fault. Don't blame yourself, gentlemen. It's not your fault. Every girl that you ever talked to got a story about how she turned down two marriage proposals in her 20s. Now she in her 30s with three kids. Somebody, man, they fucked up their prime. That's not your fault that they was just doing them, trying to be the man of the relationship so they can try to find a man to outman them. It's not your fault. Not your fault they wanted a doctorate and now they looking to marry a doctor when the doctor's trying to marry the chick at Hooters because she got better customer service. Not your fault. Not your fault. But it doesn't change the fact that it's once the boomers die, marriage rates under 55 right now are 9%. They be like
Hmm.
26% of black women are married. Boomers. 9% of women under the age of 55 are married. That's less than 1 out of 10. And just by projection of going down 10% every decade, you're looking at 2% with a plus minus 2%. And they still got the highest divorce rate. So they barely get married and they want out. And the more education they have, 90% of all divorces are college educated women. So if she can read, she ain't no good wife. And they all brag about being most educated. There is no there's no way it's your fault except you didn't train your toddlers.
Yep.
When you look at it like this, you're scared of women. You're not scared of sex, but you're scared of women. That's why y'all want to go white girl, y'all want to go passport, y'all running from girls. Y'all running from girls. Instead of training your girls. Girls only do what men allow. Anytime a girl acts outrageous, it has to be three men behind her to enforce her outrageousness. It got to be, and they don't have to be violent towards you, but it's somebody like, yo, bro, that's a girl though, bro. It's always somebody trying to stop you from training your toddler. That's why they belligerent. There has to be some control. You guys have to learn how to vet and train the girl to be the girl that you can build with. My dad has a old saying, you ain't gotta help me, just don't hurt me. You gotta train your girl not to hurt you because it's their natural proclivity to fuck up your life, to steal your kids, to tell your son that his daddy dead while you been looking for him. That happened a lot. During 2010s, all my high school friends found their dads on Facebook. Thought they was dead, all type of shit. I was like, I was looking for you for 15 years. Like your mom kidnapped you. That's what they do. They are harbingers of destruction. If y'all look in your own towns, anywhere USA, anywhere they be like, we take Section 8 now. Whole community goes from being prosperous to poverty. All of a sudden, motherfuckers don't have grass in their front yard.
Half the engines on the lawn.
Everywhere they go, they destroy shit, and then they blame men. They want you to come to the community and stop the shooters. Bitch, the shooter your son. You want me to stop your son? That's what you're saying.
Stop the shooters. The shooter live at your house.
Shooter live at your house. Nigga, if I shoot the shooter, you gonna be mad at me. Oh, you killed my son. No, nigga, I killed the shooter. Make up your mind, bitch. Like, they're just horrible people. They can't
Yeah.
take care of themselves. But they're not supposed to. They toddlers.
Well, I have to agree because when you look at the marriage statistics, right? You talked about marriage. The marriage statistics, there's probably about the last time I read it was 550,000 more married black men than married black women, even though there are more black women than there are black men. That's even if you discount the Negroes that's in jail, the ones that's on dope, the ones that's living under the bridge. There's a 500,000 more married black men than there are black married black women because black men have a tendency to marry out more. I think they marry out more with white folks, about twice as much.
They do.
Hispanics twice as much, 3 times as much with other races. Chicks from other countries, so on and so forth. So even though there's less black men walking around here,
There's more.
there's a higher percentage of them married, and the numbers are greater to the tune, I think, of like a little more than 500,000, I believe. So, but y'all can look it up.
No, that was accurate. It's 550,000 more married black men than black women, even though it's 5 million more black women than black men.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Not only
crazy.
that, because men love, only men can love, and men want family. It's these chicks that's declining 2 marriage proposals in their 20s, but they keep the baby.
Mm,
Men want family. Men do. Men at some point, man, you want to be able to come home, even if you're a cheater. You want to be able to come home every day and have some type of consistency. You want to know that your life is because you have to be able to plan around that, right? Men want family. Women want freedom, but freedom is anarchy because that's what anarchy is. No rules. Freedom, anarchy, same thing. Freedom just sounds cooler, right? So they want anarchy, so they are anarchy. Men want structure, men want order, men want the and that's what marriage is. Marriage is structure and order. I know where I live, I know who's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? That's the rules to my house. Men want that. It is what it is. So that's why that happens. The reason that I'll give you another stat. They say black women are more educated than black men. That's also false. Even though there's more black women to the tune of over 5 million more black women than black men, there's more black men with higher education than black women. I didn't say college education. I said higher education. Women go to college, cool, so they can become social service workers or some shit. Men stop going to college because it's so liberal, but men go to trade school. So
hmm
if you add college with trade school, 26% of people that go to trade school are black men. You know what I'm saying? So but only 0.3, 0.3% of black women go to trade school. So there's more men combined that get higher education from different institutions than it is women who enroll in a community college. And that's just facts. Black men are really fucking awesome. The world loves you, black men. They just think you weak because you can't train your toddlers.
mm,
But nobody got a
yeah,
problem with black men. You've never heard growing anywhere and people had a problem. They got okay, Pookie, Ray Ray, whatever. You've never gone anywhere. Pookie and Ray Ray make up less than 20% of black men. The
yeah,
dude with 25 kids makes up less than 4% of black men.
yeah. That's a very small number.
It's a very small number, but they will judge all black men based on the bottom 20% and all breeding habits based on the bottom 4%. If 4% of black men have kids by 3 or more women, but 64% of black women had kids with 3 or more men,
Hmm
who's really the deviant? Or who's,
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
oh yeah.
Don't listen to these bitches.
And
"Oh, you should have wore a condom, nigga. Fuck that shit. Just tell her you want the baby to have your last name, nigga. Paint the walls. Tell her you want the baby to have your last name. She get an abortion. Don't worry about that shit.
I was gonna say that, like, if you wanna, you don't even have to worry about an abortion. When you meet one of these women, just tell them that you want to have a baby. You don't have, they'll hurry up and get on birth control because they think you're gonna be somebody who wants to be in the kid's life. They'll hurry up and get on the patch and the pill and the.
True story. $2 tale. I was fucking with this girl. I ain't had no kids. She had a daughter. I was fucking with a school teacher, right? Because school teachers top three freaks. Anyway, girl had a patch. Looked like a big ass bad aid. Big girl wore a patch all the time. Like you can ski to me, bro. No, I'm wearing a patch. Turn around 2 years later, say I want a baby. I say, words. I'm like, telling me, shorty, I'll fuck you, shorty. It's no problem. She's like, no, I don't want no baby with you. She's like, I'm gonna go to Boys Town in Chicago. Our gay area is called Boys Town. Whatever.
Mm.
I'm gonna go to Boys Town, find a gay dude, and get knocked up by a gay dude. Huh?
Yeah.
So you gonna find a dude that don't even like pussy, offer him pussy, damn near rape him, probably pay him so he can fuck you, so you can be a single mom. All right. You the school teacher though. You teaching it. Okay, that's what's up. Toddlers gonna toddle, man. That's what they
Yeah.
are. It's not who they are, it's what they are, man.
It's upside down, man, and unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna ever see it come right side up. It's probably gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. That's
It's
the
gonna be
sad
bad,
part
bro.
because it's bad enough now. So if it gets worse, I can just imagine what it'll look like in another 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So
I think it's
uh,
gonna be all right. I think here's the thing. Men are awesome. Once again, it goes back to, and I know how guys feel. I know it sounds revolutionary, but it goes back to you got to be black or a man. Once you decide to be a man, because black is a culture, not a color. Once you decide to be a man, then all that black shit don't matter. You'll see girls as spoils of war. Y'all have a fetish, sir. Y'all have a fetish for black girls. And don't black girl pussy is phenomenal, bro. Top show. I swear to God. However, once you get past the fetish part, when you want to be a man and say, yo, this is what we're doing as a group of men, girls will capitulate to whatever rules that men do. Girls are socialists by nature. They want women to to put you in slavery because matriarchy is slavery. Then, if that doesn't work, they want to get new laws put in place to put you in your place because matriarchy is slavery. And if that don't work, if you just say I opt out, I'm not going to deal with it at all, then they go to the shaming tactics and they try to get taxes put on. So even though you don't have kids, you still through taxes paying for their housing, their food, their childcare. Eventually, once these boomers die, everything's going to change overnight because people are tired of the terrorism of toddlers, whether they single moms, Karens, whatever. And things will change. And when things change, guys will be all right. Because it's the bell curve. It has to swing back this way. And it's my man, you said you've been doing this since 2016. I've probably been yelling from the rafters since 2011. You had Patrice O'Neal saying this in 2008. If it took Kevin Samuels to get y'all here, even though I ain't no Kevin Samuels fan, God bless the dead. If it took Kevin Samuels to get y'all to even take notice that this shit ain't right, then I need y'all to notice the last 2 years how girls went from I ain't like that, no girls like that to sounding like Kevin Samuels Jr. Then I need
yeah.
you to look at why is it that um that prophet got what you got like 4,000 subs,
Hmm.
but it'll be a girl that say the same shit you say they got 250,000 subs. $100 cash outs before she even do our intro. Know what I'm saying? A whole timeline
yeah.
for guys who just want to hear a girl say she knows a girl like that. Spoiler alert, these bitches been known girls like that. They cousin was a stripper. They sister was a busser. They had a kid at sophomore year of high school. They were that and they knew motherfuckers like that the whole time. They was trying to make it seem like it's your fault, like you can't find a good girl. But we all dated these same bitches. You saying every nigga in every age bracket, in every city, every state, USA, we all dated the same Keisha? Stop it. We can't all have the same experiences, and y'all say y'all not all the same girls. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's not y'all, but it is y'all fault because everything your fault because you're a man. But if it's your fault, it's your fix. It's not. It's not because of you. You're not the cause. Baby boomer men are the cause, really. Everything they say about you guys now was really baby boomer men. It's them boomer men that come through every 7 years, like, yo, this your new sibling. I'm like, God damn, for real. It wasn't you. You guys fought hard to be with your kids. I saw niggas since the 90s fighting to be with their kids while girls was kidnapping. Because they knew how I felt, what the situation was to be raised without a father. So they fighting to be a father, and girls is fighting to say they don't need no father. I've seen you guys be more sexually responsible. I don't know what's up with the semen retention shit, but y'all can have that. But God bless you. I hear y'all saying that shit. I see y'all looking to date with purpose. I see y'all vetting women. I see y'all trying to see the good in women, even if she come with a kid or student loans or whatever. You like, we're gonna work it out because you want to be a family and she needs somebody to bail out. I see you guys doing awesome shit all the time that does not get rewarded. Awesome shit all the time. 80% of black men are fucking awesome, but y'all steadily getting compared to the bottom 20%. And y'all accepting that shit, trying to be the only good man, trying to prove you not like the other black dudes. The other black dudes ain't like the other black dudes. You are not a monolith, sir. And you're not alone at the same time. Tribe up, man. Tribe up, man. Train your toddler.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. You know I didn't want to keep you too long because I've been trying to keep them short, man.
I know.
Um, yeah, I've been trying to keep them short, and yeah, but I appreciate you coming through, man. Good shit tonight, man. Don't be no stranger, man, and y'all need to go down there and subscribe. I told y'all I'm gonna be bringing y'all some new faces. Y'all thought I was lying.
I
I
appreciate
told y'all
you, man.
bring y'all some new faces, some new talent, some new stuff. Some people you haven't heard from before up here, Negroes. Once again, brother Dirty Folks, man, good stuff tonight, man. I'm subscribed to your channel, so I'm gonna be peeping in on you every now and then, man. See what you got going on, man, and
I'm in,
I'll see you around, man.
I'm in YouTube jail to the 8th. I'm gonna do
Oh, you in YouTube jail?
goddamn Kanye got me. He got me. But on the 8th, I'll be
They
back.
got
And I'm
me.
gonna do a great show, man. Y'all pop up. I'll put the alert on, man. I just want to say in passing, bro. Love each other as you love yourself. Travel, man. I'm out.
My
I
brother.
appreciate you.
Peace. Yeah, man. Y'all give it up, man, for the Dirty Folks podcast up in here. Get down there and subscribe. Yeah, man. I told y'all Negroes, man, I'm going to be bringing y'all some new faces. We're gonna end this year with some new stuff, man. Y'all gonna see some new talent. Y'all gonna see some people that you haven't seen before. I'm gonna try to stick to my guns with that one. Because I know y'all getting tired of seeing the same old people and hearing the same old shit. I'm tired of bringing the same old people to you and bringing you the same old shit. So I'm going to be bringing you all some new faces. Y'all gonna be seeing some new stuff, man, these next couple of months. We still got a couple months left, man, in the year of 2022, man, and I want to close out with some new guests and some new talent and some new kind of shows and some new shit. And you know, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna be serious sometime. Of course, we always gonna talk about these old mamas. As a matter of fact, I didn't I knew we was gonna be talking about these old mamas tonight, so I didn't do the old mama of the day, but I guess I can go ahead and do it because this one is a little different than the ones I normally do. So being that Brother Dirty Folks has left, we might as well go to our old segment that we call here the old mama of the day. These old mamas. Yes, time for the old mama of the day because you know we never run out of stories. But this particular old mama, I actually got to shout out the good minister, Minister Jap, because I actually clipped this from one of his streams that he did the other day. So I don't even have to explain it. I'll just let the good minister do it for me. Shout out to Minister Jap. Fair use. Don't copyright my shit. Brother Jap, don't copyright my shit.
Veronica, for real. Fuck them kids, girl. Fuck them kids. I keep letting my shit go out. What's up, cuz? They came and got them kids. What's up, cuz? Delilah. What's up?
Now, those of you who don't understand Geech, let me go ahead and explain it to you, because this broad is a Geechee, obviously. So those of you who aren't fluent in Geech, let me go ahead and translate. What she's saying here, this old mama, this old Geechee mama, what she's saying is they came and got her kids today. They came, I guess, CPS or DFPS or whatever it is in her jurisdiction. They came and took the kids from her today, and she seems to be quite overjoyed about it. But we continue.
What's up, Key? Cuz. Dog. Francois. I don't even know if I be saying that right.
And she's on live talking about it, obviously. But we continue. Fair use.
But I'm fucking crying too, because they came and got them motherfuckers. It's the happiest day. About ass and pussy, my type of lie. They.
Listen, man. Just thank God you niggas survived being raised by a black single mother, the worst mothers on earth. Just be glad you survived it, man. You could be in a tube, so you could be in a cold pen at an abortion clinic right now with your body parts all over the place. You could be in a blender right now. You know?
Came and got them motherfuckers. They came and got them. Do you hear me? You hear me, Willie? Motherfuckers believe anything, but they came and got them though. Take them a whole 3 weeks to come get them motherfuckers. They came and got them. They gone, and I'm happy, nigga. I'm drinking. I'm smoking. And them kids gone. Fuck them kids. For real. Fuck them. Let's make some more noise. You gonna be a single motherfucking daddy. You gonna be a single motherfucking daddy.
And they got a juggernaut.
Again, black women don't love these kids. Stop letting them lie to you online. This is how they really feel when the door is closed. This is how they feel when the door is closed.
You gonna be a single motherfucking daddy. I'm not having no more fuck. Hashtag fuck them kids. I need every.
Hashtag fuck them kids. Church, we gonna make up for yesterday. So make sure y'all on board to do these calls. Take them raggedy ass Bluetooths out your ear, because none of y'all shit sound good at all. I'm being real with you. Stop thinking you the nigga with the magical Bluetooth. All your niggas Bluetooths are terrible. You got them from gas stations. Get out of here, nigga. Obama gave y'all them Bluetooths. Obama! How you got an Obama phone with the matching Bluetooth? Kill yourself.
Everybody hashtag fuck them kids. Hashtag fuck the. I'm not playing, baby. Andrea, I'm not playing. Girl, how do I get them to come get mine? Girl.
Oh my God! The bitches on the live want to know, how did she get her kids took too? How can she get her kids taken away too? Come on, man.
Girl. My nigga, inbox me.
She got the hookup on how to get your kids took? What are y'all sticking y'all dicks in?
Inbox me. I'll tell you how to get rid of them motherfuckers quick, fast. I will tell you how to get rid of them motherfuckers quick, fast, because they came and got mine. Latrice, you want them to... They coming... How many you got? They need to come... Sharita, you want yours gone too? All right, inbox me. Them motherfuckers good as gone. I have them come get them to my... Shatoria, I'm serious as a motherfucker on a period trying to get fucked. I don't want them kids.
Thank you. I always said it. These bitches don't love these kids. They don't want these kids. Imagine living in a house where you're not wanted, where a motherfucker didn't want you to be alive. That's how black single mothers look at you when you're walking around the house. And she looks at her stomach, she looks at her life, and she looks at her life like, and everybody else is happy. She scrolls through the gram and everybody's doing, and she has to take care of you, and you are a responsibility. And she realizes that she wishes you wasn't here. And if you wasn't here, how much more enjoyable her life would be if you were not here. She's capable of killing kids, but she just didn't do it this time. And she wishes she did. The black single mother wishes death on her kids. Let's talk, man. Let's talk heavy.
Shout out to Sex Toys. Y'all go shop with them ASAP. My nigga Francois, he on here. I got me some toys. I get to use my motherfucking toys without them kids trying to bust down my door. Fuck them kids, Lanisha. I'm serious as a heart attack.
She's so glad she got rid of her kids. Now she can masturbate in the room. You know what I'm saying? That's the highlight. That's what she's excited about. Being able to masturbate now. You know?
Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. Y'all think I'm dog. They don't understand, dog. It's fuck them kids. And whoever think motherfucking shit sweet. And if y'all want to fight, we can fight about it. Fuck them kids.
She ain't in the house alone saying this shit, and she's on live. Disrespecting the kids on the World Wide Web to go viral. This is your mother. I hope those kids grow to be something and in spite of this bitch. And I hope they completely shit on this bitch. I hope this bitch get breast cancer and they don't show up to the funeral.
Well, I don't have to add any more to that. Yeah. I concur. Shout out to Minister Jap, man. Y'all need to get down there too, man. Jap be going in. I think Jap is going in tonight. I think he's doing part 3 of the worst mothers ever, I believe it's called down there. I'm not quite sure, but I do believe he's doing part 3 tonight. He might have already started. He's doing part 3 of the worst mothers. Yeah, the worst mothers on earth is called part 3. So you might want to go down there and check it out. You might just want to do that. Shout out to Minister Jap, man. I've been watching quite a bit of Jap stuff here lately over the last week or so. You know, I try to catch him as much as I can, especially this series, because these old mamas. I'm always interested when someone's talking about those. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead, man, and wrap it up. Like I said, man, I'm trying to keep them short. We right under the 2-hour mark. That's kind of where I like it. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, man. As always, y'all know I do. The thing I'm gonna say is this, man. And Brother Dirty Folks talked about this. He said that, and I agree. He said that a lot of these women, they like infants, they don't like toddlers. And I followed up with, they like being pregnant. You know, the attention of being pregnant and having a big belly and everything that comes with it. But once the kid gets to be somewhat independent and he starts walking and talking and, you know, he can kind of feed himself and kind of, you know, do things on his own, they kind of lose interest in the kid, man. I've seen it many, many times. They kind of lose interest in the kid. You know, he's more of an inconvenience that they're forced to deal with. A lot of these women who have, you know, 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, the reason why they do it, man, I think they treat it like a drug. This other baby, he's starting to walk and talk now, so it's time to get another one in her gut. Another one she can carry around. Another one that cries and needs her for everything. And I think they always searching for that high. You know how a person who's on cocaine, when they use that cocaine that first time, that first high, right, that they get, every high after that, they're always trying to chase the feeling of that first high. And I think many of these women do the same thing with these children, with these babies. They're chasing that first high, right? That first high of being pregnant, that first high of carrying around the baby, that first high of, you know, pushing the baby in the stroller, or carrying the baby on their hip, or whatever it is. I think a lot of these women have that going on as well. Probably not most of them, but I think it's a significant number of them. I also believe that a lot of these women have a tendency to take their frustrations out on these toddlers, on these children. The frustrations that they have with the men who didn't want their ass no more, as if it's the kid's fault. And maybe they think it's the kid's fault. Maybe they think it's the child's fault while they single. Maybe they think it's the child's fault why they can't get married. They can't be around the men they want to be around. They can't get a man to get into that house and be there. Maybe they do blame the children for that. I don't know. But I'll say this. A lot of the abuse, the neglect, the molestation, the beatings, the burnings, all the stuff that I've talked to y'all about, man, not just over the last 6 or 7 months, but over the last 5, 6 years, I've been talking to y'all about that. I am so grateful that more brothers are talking about it now. I'm thankful for that. I'm glad I'm not the only one talking about this. And shout out to Brother Sotomayor, man. Because Tommy Sotomayor talked about this for a long time, too. He talked about these old mamas. And him and I, we never got a chance to have a conversation about it because we were. He talked about it many, 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 many years ago. And to be honest with you, when I heard him start talking about it, because he said a lot of things that I thought about, he talked about a lot of things that I saw happen myself. I think he kind of opened the door for the rest of us to be able to talk about it. Because he talked about this a lot too. I think he was one of the first because he was on YouTube way before I was. Way before I was. And when I came on in 2016, 2015 and started talking about it, I got a lot of heat for it, man. Man, the emails I got, the writings I got, the comments I got. Oh, man, you hate your mother. You hate black people. You hate black women. You hate this. You hate that. But never anyone told me that I was lying. No one ever told me that I was just making it up. No one ever told me that it was all BS. Because I wasn't lying. I wasn't making it up. Now, of course, people would tell, oh man, you talking about your own mother. You talking about your own mother. Actually, no, I'm not. I knew people who had mothers like that, but I didn't go through that with my mother. I mean, my mother had her issues. Don't get me wrong. She did. But, I mean, my mother never, the things that I see, the burnings, the beatings, the stabbings, the cracking across the head with the broomstick and locking kids in the closet and suffocating them. And nah, absolutely not. Because I had something a lot of these children don't. It's called the Father. And I've said this many, many times, and I will say it here again tonight. Your Father protects you. He doesn't just protect you from the creepy old perverted man down the block or the monster under the bed or the boogeyman in the closet. He also protects you from the monster that lives in the house. That monster being your old mama. Yeah, that's right. Especially when your father lives with you. And see, I was a fortunate person. My father didn't die until I was like in my mid to late 30s. So my father was always in my life. I mean, I lived with my dad up until I moved out of his house. So our mother she wasn't able to have her way with us. See, when children get abused and beaten and tortured and burnt and murdered and all this kind of stuff by these old mamas, it's usually because the woman has free license to treat you however she wants. And that usually happens when there's no father at all. Because even if you have a weekend father, you're less likely to be abused and brutalized. Because she know you coming to pick those babies up every week or every other weekend or picking them up with spring break or summer vacation. She knows that. And she knows that you're going to tell him if she burns you or stabs you or crack you across the head with the broomstick. So she has to kind of exercise some degree of self-control because you have access to your father. And like I said, your father does not just protect you from the BS outside the house and the boogeyman that's living in the closet. He also protects you from who? Your old mama. He also protects you from her. Because if you have access to him, she's less likely to abuse you. Now, of course, there's some notable exceptions, but those are outliers. Like the children I bring to y'all every night. The old mamas that I bring to y'all every night. How often do you see me bring one up here that's got a husband? How often? If they got somebody, some old loser boyfriend who's helping them beat up and abuse and torture the kids also. He don't give a damn about the kids either because they ain't his. How often do y'all see me bring somebody up here and these kids have a father? And usually when you hear about the father, it's the father who tried to come there and save them. Try to get to him before the old mama kill him. Before she drowns him, burns him, puts him in the oven, throws them in the pool, or leaves them by themselves, or put them in the trunk of a car and drive their bodies around for 2 months. Like I told Brother Dirty Folks, man, I have told y'all some horror stories. Horror stories. These things are right out of a horror movie. The only difference is it's happening to real people. And these real people are children. And like I always say, I know y'all get mad at me because I talk about this stuff. And that's cool. You can be mad as you want at me. You can be mad as you want at T.P.O.T. But you should be even madder at these old mamas who do this crap to these children, Negroes. You should be madder at them for doing it. I haven't killed one kid, shot one kid, abused one kid, strangled one kid, burnt one kid, throwed one kid off of a cliff, throwed one kid off of a bridge, or throwed them in a lake, or buried them alive, or gave them poison, or tied one up. Not one. But y'all are madder at me than y'all are at these old mamas who do this shit to these babies. What sense does that make? But it's typical, right? We're always more infuriated at the people who talk about the ridiculous stuff than we are the people who are doing the ridiculous stuff. Something to think about. But that's all. Once again, man, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, man. Like I always say, man, you could have spent your Thursday night anywhere. You decided to spend it here. It is appreciated. Saturday, I will see y'all Saturday, because Saturday, Brother Cuda will be here. Him and a few other musical type folk will be here, and they're doing a musician summit. I don't know if it's going to be a musical challenge. I don't know exactly. I haven't really gotten the specifics on it. I guess we'll all find out Saturday night, but I'm going to have quite a few people here. Hopefully my brother Nick Taylor be here as well. So yeah, man, y'all gonna hear some music stuff, man. Y'all gonna have some musical guys on the T.P.O.T YouTube page, and I don't know, it might be a battle of the DJs. I don't even know. I'm not even sure what's gonna go down. All I know is it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good stuff. Like I said, it's gonna be quite a few people here doing their musical thing. It's gonna be headed up by the one and only DJ Cuda. So yeah, man. We're going to be throwing down Saturday night, man, 9 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. You Negroes know. You better have your black asses there, because if you don't, you know what I'll do, right? If you don't, show your ass up Saturday night. I will haunt your old black ass mama. In her dreams. Yeah, don't make me be floating over mama bed Saturday night, all right? So, make sure you are there, like I said, 9 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. Yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, man. I appreciate y'all coming out tonight, man, as always. like I always say, man, you could have spent your Thursday night anywhere, man. You decided to spend it here. It is appreciated. I don't take good folks lightly, man. I never have and I never will. You got my word on that. And once again, man, shout out to the Dirty Folks podcast, man, coming through. Y'all get down there, man. Check the brother out. Moderators, if you could, put Brother Dirty Folks information in the chat so everybody will know where he is. Get down there, subscribe to the brother, and we're going to get him back here, man. You know, him and others. Like I said, man, this is the start of some new stuff, man, and I'm going to bring y'all some new people, some new faces, man, and some new shit to talk about, all right? All right. So, with that, I will leave you good folk with 3 words. You know, like I always do. Open your mind. Peace, folk. These old mamas.
Them old mamas. Them old mamas. Them old mamas.
These old mamas.
Them old mamas.
old mamas.